Both gorillas and chimpanzees are known to regurgitate food that they've chewed up and swallowed back into the mouths of their babies. Believe it or not, many humans have been known to chew up food for their babies as well. This is still a practice in some primitive cultures. As disgusting as that sounds, it's necessary for some baby animals who have not yet developed the ability to chew and process their own food. However, the baby needs to learn how to chew and how to digest their meals as quickly as possible. We live in a culture where we've become accustomed to our mental food being chewed up for us and then regurgitated through our iPads, iPhones, and computers. That's actually very helpful when we first begin to examine a subject that we want to learn more about. However, if we never go beyond the regurgitation stage, we remain dependent on the knowledge and opinion of others. In essence, we remain infants in regard to that subject matter. You never tell the meaning of the stories that you share, a student told her teacher as she got up from her chair. The teacher smiled and then replied, "Yes, what you say is true. The meaning of the story is the thing you must pursue. If I should give you tangerines that I already chewed and ask for you to eat them, you would think that I was crude. If I tell you the story, then I make the meaning known, you'll never learn the joy of finding answers on your own." Great mentors and great teachers know the need for pre-digesting some of the knowledge and understanding that we need, but they also know when to stop and encourage us to chew our own food. Socrates was a great philosopher and teacher who pioneered an ingenious way of teaching his students through questions. He would often answer a student's question with another question of his own. He believed that it was more important to help students learn for themselves than to provide the right answers for them. He seldom lectured, but instead created a dialogue between himself and his students that forced them to think critically about the subject at hand. Another great teacher was Johann Pestalozzi, who took 81 orphans from off the streets of Stan, Switzerland, back in 1799. Their parents had been slaughtered by the French army for refusing to sign the new constitution. Pestalozzi had no books nor curriculum, so he resorted to taking his students on field trips where they would observe objects in nature, where he would engage them in discussions about those objects. He wisely would weave in biology, math, language, poetry, and other educational topics into the discussions. His influence would spark the inspiration for Frederick Froebel, the founder of kindergarten, Horace Mann, the father of American education, Frank Lloyd Wright, the great architect, and even Albert Einstein. Montessori schools, which were started by Maria Montessori, were built around the Pestalozzian model. Both Socrates and Pestalozzi taught their students how to think for themselves instead of just being recipients of someone else's thinking. As you function as a mentor or teacher to others, remember to go beyond giving them chewed food. Teach them to chew for themselves.